Oh wow. All right. As we're shaking the screen everywhere, let's get ready to get to it. Peace to y'all, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, it is Friday. Impromptu live. Happy to be here for sure. I got my brother getting ready to come up here. We were having a conversation about really individuals growing up in prison. Like that's the best way I could really say it. Um, the changes that individuals sometimes go through while they're behind the wall. You know, myself doing 16 years, 11 months, originally being sentenced to 144 years. That's the whole premise of my platform. And my brother Jen up here. How much time you do, brother?
I did 23 and a half years, bro.
Yeah, so he did
23 and a half.
he did six and a half more than me. So yeah, what are we talking about today, man? What's the conversation about, man?
So, it's something that we had kind of touched on before in just brief a conversation. But I'm gonna give you a scenario where I'm gonna give you a story where I seen where I was in a compound and I seen the individual, you know, from a previous compound, a previous plantation. And when I seen him at the previous plantation, he was totally
What's a
different than he
plantation for the
was,
rest of the human beings on
well,
Earth?
penitentiary
Okay,
or prison.
everybody might
Yeah.
not.
So
It's,
we,
thank you.
yeah, everybody. But hey, just ask that. Just ask that question. We gonna provide that
We
answer.
talking about prison,
So,
y'all.
talking about prison. So, for instance, this individual was like, he was kind of like out of control.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I seen him again, he was a Christian. Well, it was nothing wrong with it, but it was like he's a totally different person. But then I seen him another time.
Mm-hmm.
He was a Muslim. So we did have a conversation brief on this about how your transition. Because I was saying that if I tell a story about me, about how I was wilding out at one plantation, somebody else may be looking saying, "Yo, I was with him. He was never acting like that."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was acting like that when I first came in. By the time you see me, I wasn't acting like that. So when I want to hear, because you said that you went through various transitions, and I want
Right.
to know your process of that transition.
Yeah, I love the topic because it's funny. It's so funny. I don't mean no harm, but like I know a lot of dudes that was locked up. They were not the same individual or entity the whole way through. I don't care what story they try to tell,
Yeah,
right? But I'm one of them ones that be like, yo, I was this, and I got to because for a lot of times what happens, right? We get to talk about prison, even when it's like relationships. We're like prison relationship,
right,
you know. Oh, that was my homeboy in prison from prison. Now, prison is an environment, right? But it shouldn't define, um, anything relate anything, right? So what I'm saying is because I'm in an environment, it shouldn't stop the process of growing.
right,
So for me, for I got locked up when I was 19. Okay, I didn't come home till I was 36. How I came into prison was not how I left, nor should it have been.
right,
To think that at 19 I knew who I was in the midst of the chaos that we call prison, that would be a fool. That would be the craziest thing. You know what I'm saying? So no, I'm not one of them people that said I knew who I was and I was just the whole way through. There's a lot of people in prison that are hanging on to things, doing whatever they don't really want to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? For me, my journey of transitioning from or finding out where I was, who I was going to be, etc. was, Man, I was trying to find me. I was trying to find
Right.
God in that environment. I appreciate everybody liking the live right now, man. Tapping the screen, sharing, letting everybody know we here, man. Lets everybody know we in the algorithms. But when I was in prison, for instance, I came in. I'm gonna say how I was. I was a jailhouse Muslim. You know what I'm saying? I was a straight up, like, I came in. I had the intentions. I wanted to learn about it. But that's not really what I wanted to do. So I was moving around in prison, and I was doing the same thing these young kids do: latch on to whoever's showing love. So when I was on one camp, it might have been the brothers that were 5% or whatever, they showing love. On this camp, it might have been, and that's just who I gravitated towards. And I remember the first time, like I said, I was going to Juma on Fridays, and then I decided one day I didn't want to go no more. I decided I wanted to have knowledge of self. And it was this big thing, right? And I didn't care. I was this crazy young dude at the time. Fight me or whatever. But people were more concerned with the fact that I changed versus why I changed. You feel me? So, I mean, I love the topic. It needs to be touched on because, again, not necessarily just putting all the emphasis on it, but I often wonder why people think certain processes get stopped when we're in prison. It don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Were you the same way the whole way through?
No. So, man, it's like each plantation I went to, I changed slightly. When I first came in, I couldn't read or write. So, while I was going through the things I was going through, I was kind of, I was beefing a lot of times. I was starting a lot of, because in an argument, I could never win an argument because I really couldn't get out the words I wanted to get out at the time. So I just blow up and we gonna fight. So, when I started learning how to read and things of that nature, I started dealing with, things more, a little different. And then I started, being a part of, the gods, the 5%ers, Nation of Gods on Earth. So when I started that process, I still was doing some things I shouldn't have been doing.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it was like, I'm stuck to living this type of life, but I have this information. So now I'm straddling the fence.
Mm-hmm.
I got some information that's going to provide me, a structure that can lead me in a different direction, but I'm still living like I don't have it. So people, and that was a question that was asked to me. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, all this information you have, why are you not applying it? Because I mean, you're saying that you know this, but I'm looking at what you're doing, and that when I started paying attention to my behavior, I seen that I was a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Then I knew I had to change. But in the grand scheme of this, I was in the cell with Sincere.
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying I go off for parole in 2020. It was right like 2013 or 14. I said, there's something I have to do different. Because now I'm into everything. I'm into everything.
You got a chance to get out. I appreciate everybody sharing the live too and liking the live, tapping the screen, all that, y'all. I appreciate y'all. And if you got questions, fire away, put them in the chat.
Yeah, if you got any questions, just ask them. We'll see it and we're going to answer them. So I'm saying to myself, because I'm going to tell you this funny. A dude was going home and he had a bag of shebangs. He had like 30 shebangs in a plastic bag. And I looked at him, right? And guys are joking. Oh, he going home, he taking bags of shebangs, da-da-da. They joking him. And me, I'm looking at him. He doesn't care. And I'm trying to say, what am I actually looking at? I said, I know what I'm looking at. This man is taking something home with him. Something home that he actually likes. What am I gonna take home with me? That's what I said. I see some individuals going to be taking some behaviors home and some addictions home that they're gonna take to family members. That's not gonna be conducive to being out here in society. This man only took some shebangs home, even though it's funny. That's shebangs. You about to take home this habit that's potentially it's gonna destroy your family's life.
Yeah, I've seen.
So,
Oh, go ahead.
so I decided. I said, man, I want to make a conscious decision to take home a behavior and an attitude that was gonna equip me to succeed once I get out in society. And
You said in 2014. I'm just sitting there thinking about my mindset in 2014. In 2014, I was on St. Bride's having a ball. Hey, look, man. I tell people, listen, and the other, I'm like, I refuse not to look for myself in prison. And part of why people see me this year, I'm going to church. This year, this year, I'm on the yard throwing it, whatever. But it's because I was also in the pursuit of knowledge,
right,
right? And it's like when you're in prison, you got an opportunity to learn. When you're in prison, you got an opportunity. I never would have studied Buddhism or read a book on whatever psychological, you know what I'm saying, mindsets. I would have, but I was in prison. And that's what I tell people, like the gift and the curse is, man, I lost who I was. I lost who I was. I did. That's the truth of the matter for so many. When you go to prison or you go to a certain place, you change forever. I don't care who you talking. Like prison is one of them spots. If you're in there for a day, maybe not even that long, maybe just an hour or two, just in a way that you do not have the ability to get back out. Where somebody got the key and you just feel that for 2 hours, it's gonna mess your head up. So
you know what? Hey, what's funny is I used to talk to a lot of people, especially some COs, and they were like, "Yo, man, certain people coming here, man, and I look what they doing," and I'd be like, "Hey, bro, you do 15 years. Let me see what you look like when you come home."
people do not, anybody watching this, and I appreciate everybody see the numbers going up on the live, man. Everybody tapping the screen. If you're gonna stick around, tap the screen. Please let us know where you from, and if you've done time, put something green in the chat, man. I like to see if anybody's done time, man. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, that way we can see, man. Or if you got a loved one that's locked up, man. If you move by the conversation, if you got questions, put them in the chat. We going live, man. We got close to 40 years combined behind the wall. We out here. We've been out here for close to 5 years both. We doing good, and we're here. We're grateful to be here to have these type of conversations, because when I first came home, nobody had these conversations. So, I'm glad. But yeah, man, like I want to go back to what I was saying. Like, that's what I figured out in prison. I figured that I was never going to be who I was, but I had the opportunity to come out this thing who I wanted to be, no matter how messed up it was. And I looked at prison as a petri dish. I looked at it that way. Honestly, and I don't mean no harm and disrespect, I wasn't loyal to anybody's school of thought or how they move. I'm loyal to myself. And that's just like life. The best thing I can do out here in there is try to be the best me I can be, and that's all I was doing in there. And it was funny because what I seen was after a while, them brothers around me that they didn't want to be this and they really wanted to go check this out, they started to get brave too, because the fear in there that's jacked up about prison it's messed up. That prison can be a college. It could be the most peaceful environment in the world. It doesn't have to be violent. We all make the decisions to make it that way. It's not the CO, the walls that's making us do nothing. But so in that environment, there's people that will try to intimidate you, make you feel guilty. Yo, why you gonna do that? You gonna read this book, all that. The same way out here, people hate on you when you're trying to open a business or whatever. So I'm glad I went through it because I didn't get, man, after shit, I was like, man, I'm gonna do what I want to do. And then, if y'all do something, I hope you don't, because I ain't Superman, but
I'm gonna tell you some funny stuff, right? It was like being in like certain denominations, man, will make you feel like you in a prison inside of a prison.
rules, structure. I was never good with that, Jen. And to my young brothers that be, that's in the street organizations and all that. Yo, I get it. Look, that's how I used to live. I'm from whatever. But as a grown man, and I hope every young man get it, there's no way you should volunteer to allow somebody else to make a decision over your life, and if you don't obey it, you get beat or worse.
Yeah.
That is the crate out here in prison. If people really, I went into St. Bride's and said that to the visitation. It was all gang members in there, and I said, "What makes your big homie a big homie?" I just want to know. Like, I wanted to know, like, why is it that what part of you makes you want to forfeit your freedom 2 times? You done got locked up, and I'm not better than, because I got locked up too. But now I'm in there. I done got locked up. I got the COs telling me what to do, which is stressful. And now I'm gonna join this or whatever. It don't gotta be a street organization, like you said. It could be a religion in there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Now I got to listen to him. I got to listen to the COs, him, and I ain't got my freedom. And then not only do I got to listen to him, if one of his homeboys from the hood come here, shit, you got to listen to him too, dog. If you with us, crazy.
So look, check this out. There's a story I tell, right? I ask people, and if anybody in the chat, man, you can chime in and answer this question. If a friend of yours said, "Hey, I'm coming to pick you up. Be ready when I get there, about 5 minutes." You outside, they drive up, you get in the car. "Hey, what's going on? Where we going at?" "I don't know, let's just ride." What's the first thing that comes to your thought? That person just told you, "They don't know where we're going at. Let's ride."
I ain't with that.
Now, like you done jumped out of the car already.
Yeah, I ain't.
So look, now you riding. Y'all been riding for hours, and there's no destination. A lot of times, man, people be hopping in cars with individuals, hopping in relationship with individuals, and they don't even have a destination.
Yeah, I don't even know where they going.
So, where you going, wherever you end up at, you can't get mad. You can't get mad because you not once said, "Hey, where is this gonna take us?" Like if you trying to go to somewhere and you from the bus line, you hey, where's this bus headed? Because you want to get to your destination. And if your destination and then being incarcerated, freedom would have been your destination. If you trying to reach your freedom, why would you get in a car that's going to take you further?
Well, because we jacked up in the head. I remember old head telling me I got mad. I was on a level 4 Sussex 2 State Prison, 18 and 6. You can lose your life any day. Just get into something for no reason. And
Peace, Ryan or Deuce.
And they had approved and they had approved my transfer from a level 4 to a level 2. And I remember I was mad. And I ain't going. And then I got on and I went to that level 2, and I was still mad that I was in a dorm. Not mad I was in prison. Watch this. I wasn't mad that I was in prison. I was mad that I was in a dorm. I was mad that I didn't have the privacy of my cell. Do you know how crazy that sounds? I was mad because I couldn't be locked up more. So
Oh,
that's real though.
okay, hold on, hold on. I know. Was it? Hold on. Was it weird?
Was it weird? I didn't last on that level 2.
Hold on.
Oh,
Was it weird when you went to go brush your teeth and everybody was there?
I didn't last on a level 2. I couldn't acclimate. That's what prison do. It jack you up. Prison, the more severe the confinement, the more it takes you away from being a human. So it's not a natural environment, that dorm situation. But if you think about certain things, I'm not saying I'm with, but we grew up. I know in my high school after sports, I ain't saying the shower part, but I'm just saying, hey, you got to use the restroom, whatever. But in prison, being taken out of that cell where it was just me and a dude in the bathroom, which is crazy that I was better. Now I'm back in this dorm, which if you look at it, yeah, it's not natural. I don't want to be. That's crazy. Why I got to be and look, you know what I'm saying? Dude over here, got to watch my. But I still should have embraced the less amount of confinement, man. It was less bars. The guards was nicer. I didn't have to. I didn't. When I first got there, I asked somebody on the yard for a piece of the fence, and they looked at me like I was crazy. They said, "Where was you at?" I said, "I came from Sussex too." They said, "No, we don't do that here." But I'm so messed up in my head. You understand? And then I got sent back. You know what I'm saying? But that's what happens to us. A lot of we don't escape that sight. We take that first blow, boom. We get sent to that level 4. We don't shake that shit. We get an opportunity to go to a lower level. We come back to that higher level, or we go home. We don't stay home because we too shook. Not everybody makes it back, man. And that's real, bro.
Facts.
I'm telling you, bro.
There was a dude from Richmond named Smoke. I've known Smoke for years, man. I'm talking about Smoke was getting it in.
You talking about Ike and Smoke on Sussex when they got into it?
You was there?
Yeah, I think I got there right before the last one happened. Did they have a few rounds or they ain't have a few rounds? Because I don't know the whole. I just.
One in the chow hall.
That's the one I got there. I think a day or two before. They said they was just standing there, just.
Yeah. So Smoke ends up coming to Deep Meadows. He seen me, man, bro. This man's eyes lit up, and he just ran and just, hey man, bro, you gotta get me off of here. I said, what? I can't do it. Man, this man, kirked out. He ran. When I say he kirked out, he couldn't take it. He never packed his stuff. Everything still was together. I would see him. I tried to talk to him. And the last time I seen him, he said, who is that? I said, oh, that's C.O. Brown. Like, she cool? I'm like, yeah. Like, what's wrong? What's up, bro? He said, no, I just want to knock somebody out, but I don't want to do that to nobody that's all right. Man, that man hit the sister wood, man. To get up off the compound, man.
The eject button, man.
He couldn't take it.
It's the same thing though, bro. And not to make light of it, because it's not fun. Like, it's funny. And everybody, we're not laughing that he did it like that. We're laughing from the sense that we did damn near 40 years combined, and we understand what he was thinking. So, but what's crazy is, bro, that's the same thing that happens out here with these dudes. They come home, they can't take freedom. So instead of hitting the CO, they go stick up the store. You know what I'm saying? Or they I'm not checking in. They can't deal with I ain't checking in no more. They gonna have to come get me. They just check out like they checked out.
You know what Deuce told me one time, man? I don't know if it was in one of his songs, but I think he said it to me. He says like dudes visiting the streets and going back home in there. I was like, wow.
Yeah. Think about how many people you know You a little bit older than me. I'm a little bit younger than you,
God
not
damn,
much.
man, you gotta tell that.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Well, now
we the
that you
same
brought it up,
age, brother.
he older
We
than
the
me
same,
by a decade,
we,
a whole
we
decade.
brother, we the same age, brother.
Okay. Well, maybe my knees is the same age as you, but look though, this is what I'm saying. Think of how many dudes you know that went to prison when they was 18, 19, ain't never been home since. The whole world done forgot they ghosts now. They living ghosts.
Right.
Or think about the ones that you know every other year, not maybe not, but every time you be like, damn, what happened to such and such? He done been home, but he back in again. It's thousands. And it's not highlighted enough, man. There are, bro,
Yeah.
I know so many dudes. They are in prison more. They've been behind the wall more years than they've been free.
Bro, I seen a man go home. Listen, I seen him go home, come back, go home again.
Oh, I seen that. I seen somebody on my bid.
Oh, in the same year.
I've seen that too. Especially when I got down to St. Brian, the low levels. I used to see them dudes on them level
Yeah.
two,
Yeah.
go home, come right back. But on like camps like Sussex, you would never see nobody go home. You would never see nobody go
You know
home.
what? That's why I used to tell people. Somebody was like, gee, man, you know,
They got reentry there
this
now.
amount of time. They do?
Yeah, they got a reentry dorm now, so it's different. But I know when we was up there, that nobody was going home. I was a short
No.
timer up there with 19 years.
So, yeah. Yeah. So, dude was like saying, how do you feel being in a dormitory with all these years and everybody going home? I said, man, go somewhere where ain't nobody going home
50.
and you'll feel different.
Hell yeah. Look, Herlock just
You feel
said
different.
her loved one is 52 and spent 34 years in prison. That means from 18. Now, here's the thing, Herlock, and this not talking about your loved one, your situation, but let me not say here's the thing, Herlock. To anybody that has a loved one coming home from that's been locked up, and I'm gonna even push the number up longer than 10 years, and that's me being nice. Really, it's longer than 5 years, 2 years, what? But anything longer than 10 years, you have to have realistic expectations with
Patience.
and patience. I don't care what's being presented, and I'm not seeing anybody specific. I don't care what beautiful idea we fought. We must know the mind has been impacted, y'all. And
Facts.
there's levels to this, and there's places that me and the brothers talk about. When you're gone for a certain amount of time, the more severe the trauma, right? So I know a brother that did do 38. He's home, married, happily. Him and his wife rocking. And I think she been rocking with him for like at least like 24 of those years. Like she's been a soldier.
Right.
The thing about him and his wife, they did the work. They put support around him. But also he came home. He didn't come home like Superman and say he didn't come home like me and say, yo, this ain't freedom ain't gonna be nothing in prison. No, he came home knowing, hey, I need somebody to come check me out because they ain't do that in here. And then so that's just a word of the wise, man. When I see that, man, it's hard. Prison is designed to destroy him, man.
I tell people all the time, man, especially guys
Yes,
that
sir.
be calling
Yes,
me.
man.
I tell them, I said, listen, man, you don't know what it is out here.
No.
I say, you have to give yourself time to enjoy your freedom. I say, a lot of people gonna want your time. They're gonna want your time. But what's gonna require most of your time is your freedom.
Mm-hmm.
to learn stuff. Man, it's so much stuff I'm still learning right now. I'm talking about, look, man, listen, I go to the elevator, man, and I just start hitting buttons. What you hitting all the buttons for? I didn't know it was a structure to that. You hit up, it comes up, you hit down, it comes down. I'm just hitting anything, hoping it comes. But because
Don't know.
I don't know it. I just don't know. So a lot of times people think I'm funny because like, how you don't know this and you know all of that? Well, the reason why I don't know this because I haven't experienced it yet. That's it. I've not experienced self-checkout.
Oh,
Bro.
that was it. I got locked up at 19. I came home mentally, as much as I would like to dress it up, but because of the lack of life experience, being locked up from the age of 19 to 36, I probably came home about 27, 28. I'm probably about 36, 37 now. Honestly, anybody around me, I still got some grown. We all do, but I'm getting better and better. But you take somebody away from life. I took myself away. I ain't tried. I'm gone for 17 years. I done chose that path. I gotta take in the experience. It's not just or to consider. It's not just mental health, or it's not just prison that causes the impact on the mental health. It's now what happens to the individual when he comes home. The stress, the pressure, the anxiety. Like you said, I was sitting in front of the dang touchscreen at McDonald's trying to order. My family done ran off. They happy. They go wash their hands. Go ahead. I don't know how to do this.
I ran from it.
I stood there, bro. The stranger came up and said, "Is you okay, baby?" And I told her, and I maybe it was too. I said, "I just came home from prison. I don't know how to," because I didn't know what else to say. And I
did the same thing.
You know, I ain't got no filter either, so I'm gonna tell you what's it. And luckily, she was sweetheart, and she said, "Oh," and then my wife came back from washing her hands, and everybody didn't remember that I was here again with them. But it weren't just that, bro. I had the phone thrown in my hand first day. I got my license.
I was used to that.
I weren't. See, I didn't. I wasn't brave. I wasn't brave.
Now you said you wasn't brave.
Now I had a phone for 4 months. That was it.
I think from 2006 to 2014.
Yeah, I would have saved money. I always had a wall phone. So.
Yeah, but I still use that too. But
well, that was smart.
What I was doing, I'm gonna tell you, man. That's how I got with the graphic designs.
Yeah.
That's how I got with it.
I used my homeboy. He had one. He wasn't into graphic designs, but he was doing what he was supposed to do with his phone. He was doing research for his case and connected.
Oh yeah.
A lot of them dudes was getting phones, bro. And this would blow my mind, right? Just like now, everybody got a phone. You do TikTok. I don't understand how you can be in prison, do a TikTok. Hey, I ain't hating on you. Get your money, do what you do. You doing something positive, constructive. Hopefully, you ain't But don't nobody see you like this. You got 100,000 followers. Don't know not one CO.
I never did that. So what I was doing was, so we had these big lamps that they would give us at Powhatan. So I'd get like 4
Street
lamps.
lawyer, what's up, man?
I'd get like 4 lamps and turn them on.
Fez is
and
different.
Put a blanket up as my green screen. And I would charge people to take pictures and I'd crop them out, put hats on them and stuff like that for their social media. To make it look like they're in society, opposing it looking like they're in here. So
that's fire.
When that's what I started doing.
But most people with the phones ain't doing nothing.
No, they just talking and looking at some, they looking at it.
Yeah, I mean, but man, I don't understand. It's a different day and time, bro. I'm gonna keep saying I don't understand.
I'm gonna tell you what it was, though, man. It was a sense of freedom for them.
Yeah, it's a distraction, just like a phone is out here.
Yeah, it was a sense of freedom. Like then after a while, it was regular to me. It was no longer, I got this joint. it was basically like I was lax with it. Like I remember one day, man, I'm walking down the hall with a joint in my pocket. The investigators and everything out there. He called me, hey, what's up, yo? I'm talking to the investigator the whole time. It's in my pocket. All you got to do is say, let me see what's in your pocket. And that happened to me one time before. When he was playing, but I smacked his hand. Like, what's in your pocket? What's wrong with you, man? I'm going to put your hands in my pocket. But I took those chances. Which I should have never took those chances, because at the time I was doing it, there was no charge for it. There was no case. Around about 2013, 2014, they came up with a case where if you get caught with, it's like the minimum was like 5 years. I was like, oh yeah, it's time to do something different now. This game over.
Oh
but
shit.
I used to tell people this, man.
Drip Filet, what's good, man?
What are you doing today that's gonna help you be successful when you get out there? And the one thing I used to say, I say, get free before you get free. And dudes was like, man, how you gonna get free before? It's here. You have to actually let all this stuff in here go. I said, when the people cut off them phones and they ain't gonna cut their phones on 2-3 days, and sit on that bunk, man, read a book. Stop yelling and screaming and crying. When you go in that chow hall and they got something you don't want to eat,
See.
all right, man, go and get you some beans, man, and go man, rough it out. Because you care about this place too much. You care about this place too much. And when I realized that, I say, I'm going to tell you why I stopped myself.
It is, Arturo.
The phone. It was the phone.
Long time, T. Southall. My fault, I had a shot.
Somebody, no, you good? I told somebody, I was trying to explain to this dude about the phone, and then I look at him like, you good, bro? And he was like, no. What's up, huh? I'm like, I'm sitting there telling you how you supposed to use the phone. Bro, you human, man. Use that phone how you want to use that phone. Maybe that was bad advice, but to me, bro, you shouldn't have to tiptoe around no man to use no phone.
Yeah, but I see people do that's been incarcerated now. Like, they might not do it, like, it's like, they may not even know that they doing it. Like, I see how people, like, sometimes, like, I'm around people that did time like me, and I might have did it too. But it's not even always somebody how they asking. Sometimes you watch the way a person responds.
Right.
Like, I've been with guys, they coming home, and they can't even look nobody in the face. And you know what I'm saying? Which, I mean, you ain't gonna be like this, but I'm talking about they can't even.
They drop their head.
You know, or like you said, just shit. I done seen like you going to scoot by. You might be in a restaurant. Jump back 5 feet, like just certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I guess what I'm saying is the response. Once you wired a certain way. Oh, somebody misunderstood the time and said they are still programs. That once you wired a certain way, it's like you keyed up. You a program, right? So even me, I was a program. I had to get reprogrammed. You know what I'm saying? Like if you keep working out every day, if we keep doing curls every day, boom, 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 we curling just a 90-pound bar. Eventually, the muscle gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Exactly.
So if I'm in prison every single day for a year, 2 years, 3, how much stronger do I become in that system? Whether that's in the form of me being desensitized, whatever it is, and how much weaker do I become in my freedom?
A whole lot, day by day. I'm gonna tell you, a dude told me one time, right?
She said it took her husband about a month to open the door. That's another example. I used to close the door. Man, I had some joints going on with me.
Listen, I had a problem with, that's a good one. I had a problem with locking the door because I wasn't used to it. I shut the door and keep it moving
Mm-hmm.
until my queen said, "Hey, Genesis, you left her in the house and you ain't locked the door."
Mm-hmm.
My dad, I kept, so I had to pay attention to it. Because I'm not, in prison, like, they got some spots you can shut the door and automatically lock.
Mm-hmm.
Other places, you gotta walk in and and it's a sliding door.
Yeah.
So you're not even gonna be able to touch them.
Yeah.
So you're not used to it.
Right.
And that's the patience you're gonna have with people coming from there.
Yeah. You
have
got
to
to.
have it.
You gotta have patience.
Like when we went out to go eat, I never had a debit card. Never had a debit card. So when I go out to eat, I get a people the debit card. So I get up, I don't sign a receipt or nothing. I get up and she said, "Oh, what you doing?" What you mean? Pay for it. She said, "Oh." She said, "No, look." She said, "Look."
You don't want to leave it like that. You got to sign that.
She said they could put whatever they want.
They done put $500 tip right there.
I said, "How they gonna do that?" I said, "That's for tips." She said, "That's for tips, and that's gonna be it. And you add the total up, and then you sign it." I said, "Oh man, I ain't know." So I could have just left that thing there. They could have did whatever they want to do. I just had no knowledge of that.
Man.
I'm glad that I had a person in my life that understood that.
Yeah.
Dude told me one time, like, dude said, "Bro, every time you come into the building, you shut the door." I'm like, "What's wrong with that?" He said, "Man, you said you got knowledge of self and you keep locking yourself in prison."
Right.
I said, what are you talking? That's what he said. I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "You come in this building and you keep locking your, why you gonna lock the door for?" I said, "Bro, I just want to I'm being honest with you. We on a level 2.
Mm-hmm.
I said, if they open up this door, the other door, and the gate was down, you ain't going nowhere. So what it matter?"
Mm-hmm.
I said, I do what I do, man, because I want to get in the habit of shutting doors. I cut the water off in it because I want to get in the habit of cutting the water off. Because you go home, that's a bill.
Well, you had some guys that wouldn't clean their cell because they said it wasn't home and live like animals.
This ain't my house. This ain't my house. I'm like, what is thinking here? What is wrong with you, man? Clean this up. Man, this they cell, man. I'm saying I'm a warrior. So now you a savage.
Straight savage. That was that.
You have to start working on yourself before you come home. If you don't, man, I can't even tell you what you're gonna end up being out here.
You gonna be a savage? No, I'm just playing. Yo, what's the final word, man? The final word for this one.
Be aware.
And my final word is, today was a good day.
It was. Cause we woke up, champ.
Yeah, straight up, man. Somebody said.
We woke up.
Somebody said the street lawyer going crazy. The street lawyer put 15 times in the chat. He said he did 15 years. What'd he say? Straight, like he was on the streets while incarcerated. I never understood that statement. Before I go, I never understood the term, "I did my time in prison like I was on the streets." That's one thing people used to. Go ahead.
I think it's subjective when people say that. It's basically like, I did whatever I want to do.
Okay. That's how
I always took that.
I still don't see it as doing your time like you on the streets though. Like, it tripped me out, and I'm not saying street lawyer saying this, but it tripped me out. Like, to me, that's like the dude in the prison cell with a stack of 100,000, or 4 phones, 3 watches, 6 pairs of shoes. Like, what does that mean? Like, what was the?
So,
It bugs me out when people make that statement, street lawyer. I'm not saying
It's a
you. I'm not
status.
saying how you're making it. I'm saying how I've heard it said. Like I did. Like I like. That's not okay. You know, I did my
Now
time.
I will say this:
Uh-huh.
I did my right way.
Mm-hmm.
I say that I did mine the right way,
He said because the people
and the reason
told.
why I said
See, hold on real quick, because the people on control could not tell me nothing. Okay. So you never listen to anything when you say they could
I had a
not.
friend that did that.
Yeah, there's some people that just buck the whole time. They did a lot more time than
Oh, I
they.
had a friend that did that.
Yeah, I cool. I
He
listen.
ain't not, listen. He didn't cut his hair. They told him something to do. You look at him.
Yeah,
I ain't doing it.
yeah.
I'm going to hold. I know. My man Resurrection.
There's people.
That's how he was.
There's people for sure.
That's how he was.
Yeah, not me though.
Not me neither.
Not me though. Hey,
Hey, look.
what you say? Lockdown? All right, fuck it. Everybody else? All right, come on. I just now there was times where it was like, all right, yo, you tripping. We gonna have to go ahead and you know what I'm saying, take a stand right here.
Yeah,
But
I did that too.
yeah, it was. And again, not singling out, but I'm so big on. I think like, especially if you've done time, you know what it is. Like, we got to be mindful of what we say because if I say that I did my time like I was on the street and a young impressionable mind hear that, you can't convince me any other way. It's going to plant some type of seed, man.
It was. I couldn't have never done my time like I was on the streets. I couldn't
Yeah,
have.
there was nothing like the streets for prison.
If I man, I don't even want to say it. I don't like doing that because I can't. It seemed like I'm bragging.
Yeah.
The type of stuff I did.
Yeah. Well,
But
you had a
reality
success.
is,
Yeah. But you still weren't
I
on the
did
streets.
things. I did. No, I won't.
Yeah.
I had cell phones. I done had money in there. I done
Yeah.
had the sack. I had all that.
Yeah.
And I still didn't. And bro, I still wanted to be in this society.
I
could have never did it like I was on the streets.
Yeah. I was dating. You know, I was dating a kitchen worker for 6 years. You know, I had good runs. You know, I was doing some things that they do on the streets. You ain't supposed, but yeah, it was still prison. Very abnormal environment. You know, it's
But
no.
I understand. I understand it. I
Yeah.
understand the concept.
Yeah.
I
For sure.
understand the concept.
Yeah, I do. And again, I don't know the entire premise on that. Street lawyer, no, not tonight, man. You can I don't let anybody just jump on the box. But we're not saying we disagree. I was speaking on because these youngins be like, yo, I did my time. Like I don't think you were making it like that. But what you can do, you can message me. And then like if there's a topic or whatever, and that's anybody. Like if you message me or message Genesis too, no extra time. You can jump on his platform, my platform. We're doing interviews, but we just like to run the topic first by everybody and then hop on for sure. Because there's some weirdo. One time I opened the box trying to just let anybody in, and somebody almost got my live banned, so I screened everybody ahead of time. That's it. Yeah. So be aware. That was your final. Mine's today is a good day. That was a good
That's
piece.
right. Be aware.
I want to do that topic, street lawyer, man. Can you really do your time like you was on the street?
I'm gonna just tell you, I can't agree with that. You can't do it.
That's why we
It's
gotta.
impossible.
That's why we gotta have people like Street Lawyer to again not knowing his perspective, but anybody
Chime
else.
in.
I want to
Chime
get.
in.
I want to get one of the
just saying
youngins.
disagree.
I want to get one of the youngins that was in the video with 25 in the cell talking about I'm doing it big, but he can't open the door to walk out.
How big can you do it?
That's my point. There's no gray area.
How big can you do
There's
it?
no light the streets. It's either but anyways, I'm gone. Hey, Young Thug came home, man. What the fuck? Hey, Young is back. We're gonna be talking about these RICO laws and stuff too, man. And Street Lawyers,
Yeah.
all jokes aside, salute to you though, man. He said, do your homework on me. See, now I'm taking my salute back. I can't stand when people say, do your homework on me. Now I'm not doing my homework on you. You do your homework on me. Google me.
Do it that.
Google my name.
He said, Google me.
Google my government name. You do your homework on me. You talking about do your homework. I hate when oh, street lawyer. You was doing good, man. I'm gonna start trolling people too, man. I want all the smoke on my platform. If I don't disagree with you, let's go. I'm gone, man. No, I'm no, I'm messing with people, y'all. Hey, look, I'm trolling, man. I'm messing with you, street lawyer. Salute to everybody, man. We up here joking, but we having serious
Facts.
conversation. I appreciate everybody's point of view. We don't always have to see the same for sure. That's how we grow. That's how we go. That's it. And salute to anybody that's helping people get out from behind the wall, that's studying law, that's fighting
Yes.
for themselves because you showing and proving you showing people something that they
Keeping people from going in.
being proactive, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I salute to anybody, man, that's doing that work, man. Salute to everybody that's got family members incarcerated. Salute to you if you come home from incarceration. Thank you for spending time up here. Podcast, other stuff, vlog, all this stuff is coming very, very soon, man. We working, and more working. That's it, man. Peace to y'all.
Peace.
Peace.